Hey everybody, welcome to the Perfect Concert Playlist. I'm Michael, Ron's on the other side.
And here I am.
Is this the longest gap I think we've had? Feels like it's been a couple months.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, school's starting, so a whole lot going on right now.
Yeah. This episode was actually designed by Ron. I think it's the first time you've designed an episode. Is like, we kind of threw ideas around, but early 80s country. The goal is what we plan on doing is country in the 80s, like kind of dividing it into early 80s, mid 80s, and maybe late 80s, early 90s, because it seemed like that was an era. Yeah. And I used to be so anti-country. I think we talked about this once before. If we did, I apologize. But I used to hate country so much, with the exception of a few novelty songs. I would just writhe in agony. No joke, like an immature little baby if country came on. And I'm deeply ashamed of it because there is good stuff in here.
Yeah, it's not all about the, you cheating woman and your dog dying.
Yeah.
Or the pickup flat, getting the flat. And
I still kind of revolt at steel guitar. When I hear a steel guitar, I go, "Arr!"
Oh, if it's done right, though.
Yeah. I also hate, there's another thing I hate is in electronica music, especially in the 80s, is when they try to make an electronica thing imitate a real instrument when they could have just got the real instrument. If you're using electronic equipment, don't pretend it's a guitar. Just go make it sound like electronic. I don't get it. All right, so this one was a little. We agreed on the three, but there was one that was kind of like, I'm going to check this out. I almost chose Mac Davis as my opener, but our opener, Eddie Rabbitt, is the one that I think is just slightly better. So I was happy to add him to the list. But you're going to go ahead and start off. Is he your opener?
Eddie is my opener.
Okay.
And I kind of figured that'd be the one you'd be more likely to get on board with here.
Yeah.
And to be fair, guys, I gave a long list of groups, and these were the three that Mike picked.
Yeah. Well, and I like, the more poppy, either more poppy or rockabilly feel to the music. Yeah, because I love rockabilly.
Then Eddie kind of fits in that realm, at least for a few of his.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, after his whole peak kind of ended around 86, 87 is when he started going back to classic country, and that's when it kind of lost me.
Right. I figured. Yeah. Well, we might get you converted at least a little bit here or there. So, all right. So, the first song I have for Eddie Rabbitt is the one that everyone knows, whether you're a country fan or not, because a lot of his music probably made it over to pop radio as well, I think.
Yeah. The whole urban cowboy era, 78 to 83, really drove a lot of country artists to try more pop sound.
Yeah. And that's why when we get on to Dolly here later, I found a little bit of an finding more that felt country and not pop.
Yeah.
So, and that's the problem I'm having with today's country music. It's not country anymore.
I really did not expect so much of. So when I usually pick an artist, I usually pick the top hits and it works its way down. And I found most of what Dolly's been doing the last few years with the collaborations nauseating. I just, this hip hop, and I love hip hop, but the combination of the two just don't go together. I just couldn't get into it.
I will say the last, and I know we'll get to her eventually, but the latest album she's put out, let's see here.
The Rock Star or something.
Star. And the very first track on that, I was surprised. I was listening to it with some kind of tentatively, and I'm listening to the first song. I'm like, I know there's a little bit of vocal magic going on there, but it actually works pretty good.
Okay.
Now, as you get more and more into more of the other songs, it's a little iffy here and there, but there are some good ones in there.
Yeah, I usually think whenever you get an album where it's someone like it's a cult icon with current artists, it's almost always just cringeworthy. I just can't get into it.
Yeah. Well, I found there's a whole lot of covers. Dolly did a lot more covers than I thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking more on her.
Yeah, sorry.
Right now.
Oops.
Back to Eddie Rabbitt. All right, so there was a song in here. The first song that came to my mind, unfortunately, is in the 70s, and it's from the movie soundtrack, Every Which Way But Loose.
Okay, yeah, I thought about adding that one. I got really close.
It's so close, like 78 or something like that. But anyway, so the one song I know everyone knows, I Love a Rainy Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving my life away. I can never hear that. I always hear driving my wife away. I can't remember who sang that, but anyway, it was before Weird Al.
Oh, it's a real spoof. I thought you were just kidding.
No, it is a spoof. Ray Stevens, I think, did it.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Driving My Life Away, Rocking with My Baby, 747. And then we go to, I have to admit, I have two albums I pulled anything off of except for I Love a Rainy Night. Can't remember where that came from because it's on the greatest hits. But the other two albums were Horizon and Step by Step.
Okay.
And these last four are from Step by Step. Early in the Morning, Skip a Beat, Step by Step is another big popular one. Someone Could Lose a Heart Tonight. And those were my tunes. I didn't quite get 10.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, neither did I. I didn't even get a full.
I get out of the early 80s if I do that. So.
Yeah. Well, remember, there's loopholes. You can pull anything. It's not so much when the songs landed. It's kind of when was their peak era. So I pulled a couple things here. I think literally from like the early 70s. I'm not sure. So there's no rules on what decade it has to be pulled from. It's just kind of a general idea. We're working our way up through time through the artists. Yeah, so...
then throw every which way it could loose on that list.
Yeah. When you said that, I was going to correct you, but I was just going to wait. I did not get a full 30, by the way. I got to 26. So I could not make up my mind. I don't want to start off with the most famous one, I Love a Rainy Night, but I almost feel like Driving My Life Away should have been the closer and flipped around.
Right, maybe.
Yeah, but...
I don't put them in any particular order. These are the ones I'd love to hear.
That's true.
There's one or two that I think, okay, yes, this one should be an opener, or this should be like an interim in the middle of the show type of.
Yeah, sometimes I obsess too much. I obsess too much about the flow. So Driving My Life Away, $2 in the jukebox, Drinking My Baby, Step by Step, Rocky Mountain Music. Shocked that I like that one. When I heard it though, I was like, is this a John Denver cover? I'm not sure. Burning Up with Love and I Love a Rainy Night as a closer. Only 7 songs.
Okay. Well, I got one more than you. 2 more, I guess, technically. Yeah.
Who is your mid?
Who is my mid? Well, that was a toss-up. I kind of wanted to end it, if I wanted to end my show on a little more of an upbeat, and sadly, as much as I love Kenny Rogers, that would not be him. Yeah,
that's what I thought too. I had it in the opposite order, and then I looked, I was like, oh, no, Kenny has to, well, I have fewer songs too. Kenny has to be my mid.
Yeah, Kenny's, I can come up with a lot of songs that I like by him, but it's definitely more of a slow concert type of thing. Now, if you go back into the 70s with him, like his earlier stuff, there's a lot more upbeat stuff there, but he really went into the more love song type of a ballad.
Yeah. You know what's bizarre about Kenny Rogers is I knew so many of these songs. I don't understand why. I don't know anybody. Maybe my grandparents listen. I know they listen to country here and there, and I must have heard this album or his greatest hits collection or something, because not only did I recognize the songs, I knew the words, and I was stunned that I did.
If you knew anybody who listens to an easy listening channel back in the day, you guaranteed to hear a lot of Kenny Rogers music in there, because they don't all lend themselves directly to country.
Yeah, it's so funny because there was no country in my house for a very long time until that big boom in the early 90s. It was always like classic rock and new wave and stuff like that, or movie soundtracks. And so my grandparents, all they listened to was country and like swing music, like the old Rat Pack kind of stuff. That was it. All right, so go ahead with Kenny, I guess, is our mid.
We'll go with Kenny. Again, no particular order here. I have to have The Gambler on there.
Yeah, it's a requirement.
It's a requirement. Islands in the Stream is definitely one of those that went over to mainstream music. What do you want to call it? Not mainstream, but
like Billboard. No, it is called mainstream. Billboard mainstream, I guess is what it's called. Adult contemporary, probably.
But 2 of the biggest names in country music are on adult contemporary music stations all the time. Islands in the Stream is that song.
Yeah.
Reuben James, one of my old favorites. Coward of the County. I used to sing this as a small kid all the time.
Did you know they made a movie of Coward of the County? I didn't know that.
I think I did. I don't recall if I've seen it. Yeah, I know Gambler was based off, like, loosely off of this.
Yeah, well, so if you buy the complete set of the Gambler movies, there's a bonus feature at the end of the first movie of Coward of the County.
Okay. The one thing that lends well with this, because you picked Kenny Rogers and Dolly, they did a lot of duets together, so works well with this concert. And Islands in the Stream was Dolly. My next song on the list is Real Love, also with Dolly. Love Will Turn You Around. You Can't Make Old Friends, also with Dolly.
Yeah, the one before that, is that the one he did with Sheena Easton?
No.
Okay.
What was that? But that's not the one. Yeah, I almost picked that one. I stuck to the ones that he did actually with her.
Uh-huh.
But I can't remember which one that is now. See, The Greatest is a good one. That one as a father kind of makes me, even if you're not a father, if you're an uncle or you're close to a child, you know what I mean, that you want to see the best in them, or that you want them to see the best in themselves, and that sort of thing. This kind of makes you gear up. And The Greatest is a song I've heard somebody sing it. I don't know if he sang it first or somebody else did. But essentially, it's this boy's little imagination. If you don't know the song already, the boy's imagination, he's out playing baseball and he's pretending he's this big baseball player up to bat and he keeps striking out. Mom calls him in. Game's over. He walks in and looks at the ball or the rock or whatever it is. And he says, I never knew I could pitch like that. You know? Always finding the best in things.
Yeah.
Next song will be 20 years ago. I Prefer the Moonlight. And another one off the Gambler album, Tennessee Bottle.
Okay. Mine is fairly short. It just, I think one song more than Eddie Rabbit. Reuben James, We've Got Tonight, Daytime Friends, Coward of the County, Lady, I Got You. Through the Years. Is this woman very well known? I feel like that is one I automatically recognize. I just thought it was really good. And I'm stealing one from when he was with, what is it, Mint Condition, his opening band, right? Not his opening band, but his first band is Just Dropped In. Most people know is what condition is my condition in? And then closing with a Gambler.
Works for me. I was just looking it up. We've Got Tonight is the Sheen Easton song.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought it made my list.
And I believe that is You've Got to. Isn't that Bob Seger song?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I love how my voice went up really and cracked. Maybe. I guess we're done. I don't want to end this awkwardly, but yeah. All right. So we always record 2 episodes at once. So hi, everybody, and bye, everybody. You'll see us with another episode here soon enough. I don't know how to end this episode. It's come crumbling under the pressure.
We're not done yet. Come on. Dolly would not be happy with us.
Oh, crap. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm stupid. I'm exhausted. Absolutely fucking exhausted. I almost hit stop. Oh my God. I got to the end of my list and I wasn't even thinking. My apologies, Dolly. Go ahead with Dolly.
Dolly, I got Packing It Up. Take Me Back to the Country. 4 songs off the 9 to 5 album that I'm thankful for my lovely wife to remind me about. Because I was having a hard time finding music that wasn't so poppy. Like trying to find more country-leaning music from the early 80s for her. And so I've got 9 to 5, Hushaby Hard Times, Sing for the Common Man, and Poor Folks Town. That was actually Porter Wagner's tune. Appalachian Memories, Hollywood Potters, Fool for Your Love, and Heartbreak Express.
It's so funny how big she broke with 9 to 5. And then Best Little Whorehouse in Texas was a big hit. And then Rhinestone came out. Oh boy. If it hadn't been Stallone, that's the thing. If it hadn't been Stallone and that incompetent song Drinkenstein, the movie would have worked so much better. And I'm flabbergasted by the whole thing. They should have got a guy who actually had a voice, who had the ability to become a country singer, and I don't understand what they were thinking.
Not doing that either. I didn't even know this movie existed till I started doing this list, and I'm listening to this going, I'm not going to find a single song in this album, am I?
No. And then I think she did the Rocky Mountain Christmas, I think, and then she hit big again with Steel Magnolias. We got some more movies out of her with that, but she's never really been a big movie star. She just likes to do them occasionally.
I loved her in Steel Magnolias. Both 9 to 5 and Steel Magnolias. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never seen Steel Magnolias, but everybody tells me that I should watch it. I just heard it was a tearjerker, and I don't like crying.
It is a tearjerker. It is a chick flick, but it is a fun chick flick.
Yeah, I'm not against chick flicks. Yeah, I mean, I watched them all the time as a kid. Now, do I have a predilection for something more fast-paced, action-wise when I was that age? Yep. Now I'm much better at handling that stuff. All right, so my list is chronological order, I think. Now, I'm going to flip things because originally it was supposed to be Kenny Rogers going to be my closer. So the minute Kenny's done with The Gambler, he's going to bring Dolly on for Islands in the Stream. And then he's going to basically just pass it off to Dolly. So she's going to open with Dumb Blonde. You know, the whole, I know the title, you would think that it's not, but it's Dolly, and she's mocking what people think of her just because of the way she looks. And then follow up with a very similar theme is Just Because I'm a Woman. Mule Skinner Blues.
Yeah.
Joshua. Jolene. Now, the joke is, and it completely makes sense, what did Jolene look like? What do you consider what Dolly looked like?
Well, you think about why men leave, it's not always because of their look.
I know, but it's just like, what? Maybe my favorite song by her is Here You Come Again. Two Doors Down. I lost my place. Sorry, what?
You didn't lose me. I just can't remember that song.
Oh, here you come again, knocking on my door. Okay, yeah. Two Doors Down, 9 to 5, and then closing with probably my second favorite. This is a war between the two songs. Why'd You Come In Here Looking Like That? I love that song.
Was that originally a Dolly tune?
Maybe not. I'm not sure. I only know it as a Dolly song, but I love the songs where she's sassy. And she's like, I'm not going to put up with your crap.
Yep.
And
I do like that song. I swear I heard somebody cover it maybe later, because if she did it, yeah, I feel like somebody in the 90s did it.
It's very, oh, you know what? I absolutely think so. You know what? While we're here, let's find out. Why'd you come in here looking like that? I should never sing like that again. Holy crap. Why did you come here? Oh, why did you come to Japan? What? That's not what I... Oh, bang, you're drunk. But yeah, there's a movie she did, I think people kind of forget about, Straight Talk, where she becomes like the host of a radio show and her straightforward sassiness becomes a huge deal.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. This says it was 1989. I thought it was so much. I cannot see that it's a cover.
No, maybe it was her.
Yeah, I'm curious. It doesn't say anybody covered it after her. Oh, wait, no, here goes. The song was re-released in 2007 as a cover by Jill Johnson and Nina Pearson. I have no idea who those people are.
Okay, I must have heard her version then, because I don't know who those ladies are. So.
Yeah. Oh, she's a Swedish country singer, or Swedish pop singer, so I'm going to guess no.
No.
Yeah. All right, so now it's the end of the episode. I'm sorry I'm such an awkward
There you
goofus. Yeah. All right, everybody. See you later.
Take care, guys.